Hi guys, Eevee Guy here. Welcome to a new episode. Today I will do a grass type Nuzlocke challenge. If you didn't see the last episodes, go check it out. This is going to be a special kind of monologue that I'll try to do. Each generation divided by episodes. So welcome to episode 6 of my grass type Nuzlocke. And this episode will start in Kalos, in the Gen 6 games. And in Gen 6, we only have this Pokemon to work with. The rules will be in the description, but in short, if a Pokemon faints, is dead and must be boxed or released. And I can only catch the first grass type, or that will become a grass type Pokemon in each route. Grass types are only strong against rock, ground and water types, and they are weak against fire, ice, poison, flying and bug types. Yeah, that's a little too much. So with a little love and patience too, I'm sure we can lead it into victory. Hopefully. So don't forget to put a like on that video and subscribe to my channel, Eevee will appreciate, and let's go. So we start in Vanival town, then we meet with Serena and Shauna, and after a meeting with the rest of the guys, I am able to choose a starter, which of course will be Chespin, and I name it Thorn. Then we have a quick battle with Shauna, nothing special of course, then I go to Centelon Forest. And this encounter took a little while, but I managed to find a Pensage, and I name it Green Monkey. Then after that I go face Viola, the bug-type gym leader. She starts with Surskit and I go with Thorn. Surskit goes for Bubble and I go with Rollout, making a decent damage. Then Surskit just uses Quick Attack before going down with another Rollout. Next is Vivillon, which goes right away with Infestation, but with a more powerful Rollout, Vivillon goes down, and we win our first batch. Nice! Then we get the experience share from Viola's sister, and in here on Route 4 I can get a Badoo. Welcome back, Poison Leaf. And then we get to Lumio City, and we go to the lab, and we have a battle with Professor Sycamore. I take down Bulbasaur with Rollout, but then when Charmander comes next, we miss. But then I go again with Rollout and Charmander goes down. And of course Squirtle also goes down with Rollout, winning the fight. And of course, thanks to that, Thorn evolves into Quilladin. And after that we can get our next encounter. I'm glad to having you back, Banana Tree, it's been a long time now. Then on Route 5 I catch a Skittle, and I name it Leaf Goat. Then after we get the Poké Flute, on Route 6 I can get an Oddish. Welcome back, Blossom. And then on Route 7 I catch a Hoppip. Welcome back, Leaf Balloon. Then after that we face Team Flare, which was complicated, but we managed. But with all that, I managed to evolve Banana Tree into Ivysaur, and Leaf Balloon into Skiploom. And finally we get to Silas City, where we can go face Grant, the Rock-type gym leader. And despite Grant using only Rock-type, it's not going to be easy. Amora has the ability Refrigerator, which turns any normal type move into ice type moves, which my grass types are weak to. And Takedown is a strong attack. From all the scenarios I play in my head, the one that can maybe have a chance is this. Grant starts with Amora and I go with Leaf Balloon. Leaf Balloon is faster, so I can use Sleep Powder to put Amora to sleep. Then I go for Bullet Seed, which hits 4 times, making more than a half. Amora still is sleeping, so I go for another Bullet Seed, which hits 3 times and takes down Amora. Phew, good. Next is Tyrant. I use Sleep Powder to put it to sleep as well, then I change for Banana Tree and I use Leech Seed. Then I change for Leaf Goat to take some damage from Tyrant, and I was going to attack until I saw that Tyrant wake up and use Bite. So now I change for Thorn, which takes another Bite, then we take another one until we are healed by our Oran Berry. Then I start to use Rollout, Tyrant uses another Bite, while our second Rollout doesn't do that much either. Then together with the Leech Seed, Tyrant holds on in the red, then Grant heals Tyrant, while our Rollout doesn't take even half. Makes sense, a Rock type move on a Rock type Pokemon, what do you expect? But I have to try everything I can to win this. We take another bite, which leaves Thorn on the red, then our rollout leaves Tyrant on the red, and then it goes down with the Leech Seed, finally winning the second batch. Phew! I'm glad that this worked out okay. I need to be careful to not go under level again. On Route 10, I catch an Eevee. Welcome back, Moar. Since in this game the Moss Rock is still far away, I will leave it in the box for now. The fight with Korrina was a little complicated, but not that dangerous. The battle against Serena was almost smooth. I take down Meowstic with Leaf Balloon using a combination of Leech Seed and Tackle. I take down Absol with Thorn, having the help of Leech Seed as well. And with Braixen, I use Leech Seed and Stun Spore from Poison Leaf to have the advantage and take down Braixen. But it wasn't easy as well. But at least we survived. Of course, after this fight, I decide to level up my team, where Leaf Balloon evolves into Jumpluff, Leaf Goat evolves into Go-Goat, and Banana Tree evolves into Venusaur. Now it's time to face Korrina, the Fighting type gym leader. She starts with Mianfu, and I go with Leaf Balloon. They first go with a priority fake out, then we miss Sleep Powder while we get a double slap. I try again Sleep Powder and this time we hit, then I change for Poison Leaf, then I start to go for Growth. And then Mianfu awakes, but it actually doesn't make too much damage, so I manage to go with 3 growths, then I take down Mianfu with a return. Next is Machoke, which goes down with a Giga Drain. Last is Hawlucha, which I'm scared. Hawlucha is first, but he goes for Horn Claws. And then our return makes more than half, but Hawlucha goes for another Horn Claws. And thanks to that, our next return takes it down, winning us the third batch. Nice! Then I go face Korrina again with a Lucario, which is not that interesting, so moving on. Here I got the Shiny Stone and the leftovers, can't forget about these ones. In the entrance for the next gym, we got another fight with our rival. She starts with Meowstic and I go with Thorn. We take a priority fake out, then a disarming voice before we hit a bite. We take another disarming voice and then we attack again with bite while we are healed by our Oran Berry. Then another bite takes down Meowstic. Next is Absol. We take a quick attack, then I start to go for rollout. We take another one and then we miss our next rollout. So now I decide to change for Leaf Balloon, which takes a slash. Then I go for Sleep Powder, I go then for Fairy Wind, then Leech Seed to recover some health, then with the Leech Seed and Fairy Wind we manage to take down Absol. Last is Braixen, so I use Sleep Powder to put it to sleep, then I change for Leaf Goat, which I got surprised that it could learn Surf, which I used to take Braixen down, winning the fight. Nice! Now it's time to face the next gym leader, Ramos, our real rival on grass types. He starts with Jumpluff and I go with Leaf Goat. We take a massive damage from Acrobatics, which is healed by our Citrus Berry, while I go for Work Up. We take another Acrobatics while I go for another Work Up, and thanks to those 2 Work Ups, we survive on 3 HP before I use Synthesis to heal. I still go for another Synthesis after another Acrobatics. And thanks to Synthesis, I'm able to put 6 workups to the point that Acrobatics doesn't do that much now. Then I use 2 Seed Bombs to take Jumpluff down. Next is a mirror match with Ramos Go-Goat. Since it has Sap Sipper, I decided to attack with Surf, which doesn't do that much. But it's the only move I have to make damage on it without grass type moves. So after I leave it on half, and we are left on 10 HP, I decided to change for Green Monkey, then Acrobatics takes it down. Last is Weeping Bell, so I change for Leaf Balloon to take it down with Acrobatics, to win the 4th batch, and proving to Ramos that I'm better than him with grass types. After that we get some Team Flare storyline where Thorn evolves into Chestnut, then we go to Lumio City where we face Clement, the electric type gym leader. The most dangerous Pokemon on his team is Emolga. So I go first with Leaf Balloon, I go for Sleep Powder to put it to sleep, then I change for Green Monkey. And then I hit 2 Rock Tomb before Emolga wakes up and uses Aerial Ace on us, making more than half, but being healed by our Citrus Berry. So I use another Rock Tomb, which is the right range to take it out. Next is Magneton, so I change back to Leaf Balloon to use Sleep Powder on it. Then I change for Thorn, which takes down Magneton with 2 power-up punches. Last is Heliolisk. We take a Thunderbolt, then another power-up punch takes down Heliolisk, winning us the 5th badge. Not bad! Then of course after that, on Route 14, we have another battle against our rival. She starts with Meowstic and I go with Leaf Balloon. I use Sleep Powder and then I take down Meowstic with a couple of acrobatics. Next is Delphox. I use Sleep Powder, then I change for Leaf Goat, and then I use 3 Surfs to take it down. Last is Absol, so I change for Thorn while Absol uses Sword Stance. We take a Strong Slash, then I use Power Up Punch, making more than half, but Absol only uses Quick Attack next, so we can take it out, winning the fight. Nice! Here on Route 14 I also get a new encounter, a Carnivine, which I catch and I name it Sprout. Then when we arrive to the next gym, I decide to use the Shiny Stone to evolve Poison Leaf into Roserade. And then I go face Valerie, the Fairy type gym leader. She starts with Mawile and I go with Thorn. I use Power Up Punch, while Mawile uses Iron Defense. I go for another one and Mawile goes for Bite, so our next Power Up Punch crits and takes down Mawile. Next is Mr. Mime. Mr. Mime goes for Reflect, while I go for Bite, making almost half. Then Mr. Mime uses Psychic, leaving Thorn on 4 HP, and our Bite leaves Mr. Mime also on the red. So knowing that Valerie will heal, I decide to change for Leaf Balloon. Then I use Sleep Powder, then I use Acrobatics, and Mr. Mime wakes up and uses Psybeam, making a little damage. So I use again Sleep Powder. And then the Reflex goes down, so our next Acrobatics leaves Mr. Mime on the red. Valerie heals again, but then 2 more Acrobatics takes Mr. Mime down. Last is Sylveon. We miss the first Sleep Powder and Sylveon attacks with Dazzling Gleam. I risk it and I go again for Sleep Powder and we hit, then I change for Poison Leaf. Then I go for Poison Jab, making half. We get effectuated by Sylveon's Cute Charm, but still we manage to take down Sylveon with another Poison Jab, going down with the poison, winning us the 6th badge. Nice! After that we face some T-Flare on the Pokemon Factory, then I go to Route 16 to get my next encounter, a Pumpkaboo, which I name O'Lantern. And then after we save this Abomasnow, I decide to go to Route 17 to get a Snover for myself. Welcome back, Frosty Leaf. I decide to use the Leaf Stone that I had to evolve Green Monkey into Simisage. I thought it was time. And then I go face our rival. She starts with Meowstic and I go with Leaf Balloon. We take a priority Fake Out and then I use Sleep Powder, I use Mega Drain, then I change for Thorn, but Meowstic awakes, so after some attacks I change back to Leaf Balloon to put it to sleep, and this time I stay with it, and I use some Mega Drains to take it down. Next is Delphox. We take a massive damage from Psychic, which is healed by our Citrus Berry, then I use Sleep Powder and then I change for Leaf Goat, then I use Surf, making a quarter, then Delphox awakes and uses Psychic, making half, which is healed by our Citrus Berry. I go for another Surf, making more than half, then Delphox goes for another Psychic, which leaves Leaf Goat on 23 HP. Then another Surf takes Delphox down. Next is Absol. I change for Thorn, which takes Absol down with Power Up Punch. Last is Jolteon, so I change for Green Monkey. I go for Dig, which makes more than half, and then taking it down with Seed Bomb, winning the fight. Fighting the gym trainers, I managed to evolve Frosty Leaf into Abomasnow, and now it's time to face Olympia, the Psychic type gym leader. She starts with Sigileaf and I go with Leaf Balloon. I go with Sleep Powder, then I change for Frosty Leaf. Unfortunately, Sigileaf awakes and uses Light Screen, so our Blizzard can't kill it right away, but 2 can. Next is Slowking, which goes down with Wood Hammer. Last is Meowstic, so I change back to Leaf Balloon. Meowstic uses Calm Mind and I go for Sleep Powder. Then I change for Green Monkey to use Crunch, but Meowstic wakes up and uses Psychic. So I need to switch back to Leaf Balloon to once again put it to sleep, then change back to Green Monkey to use another Crunch and take it down, to win the 7th badge. Not bad. Our rival shows up because she wants another battle with us, but fortunately we are interrupted by Lysander, which is even worse. So I go to Lumiose City and then I go to his hideout where I will fight him for 3 times. The first one, it starts with Mianfu, while I go with Leaf Balloon. And then an Acrobatics takes it down. Next is Pyroar. I use Sleep Powder, then I change for Leaf Goat, but then Pyroar wakes up right away, but misses Fire Blast. Nice! Pyroar misses another Fire Blast, and then I use Surf for more than half. Then Pyroar finally connects with a Fire Blast, making half, which is healed by our Citrus Berry. And then Pyroar goes down after another Surf. Next is Murkrow. We take a massive damage from Aerial Ace. We heal a little bit thanks to Horned Leech, but still I decide to change for Leaf Balloon. I use Sleep Powder, then I use U-Turn to make more than half and change for Frosty Leaf, which takes down Murkrow with an Ice Shard. Last is Gyarados. We take a massive damage from Iron Head, which makes us flinch, so this time I change for Lantern, which takes another Iron Head, then I go for Leech Seed, and then we take Outrage, which makes more than half, which is healed by our Citrus Berry and Leech Seed, getting almost back to full. And after some more Shadow Sneaks and Seed Bomb and Leech Seed, we managed to take down Gyarados, winning the fight. The second fight with the Lysander goes almost the same way. I use Sleep Powder from Leaf Balloon, then I use 2 Acrobatics to take down Mienshao. Next is Pyroar, so I use Sleep Powder, then I change for Leaf Goat, then I use Surf for half damage. Pyroar wakes up and hits a Fire Blast, but then another Surf takes it down. Next is Honchkrow. I go for Horned Leech while we take an Aerial Ace. Another Horned Leech can heal us and help us survive on 8 HP from an Aerial Ace. So another Horned Leech takes Honchkrow down. Last is Gyarados, so I change for a Lantern, which takes an Outrage and it's healed by its Citrus Berry. Then I go for Leech Seed while we take another Outrage. Then I use Shadow Sneak while Gyarados hits itself in Confuse because of the Outrage. Then I use Shadow Ball and Gyarados hits itself in Confuse and goes down by the Leech Seed, winning the fight. But then, the third fight with Lysander, it's a little more tricky. When it starts with Mienshao, I go again with Leaf Balloon. I go for Sleep Powder, then I change for Poison Leaf, then I use Toxic Spikes. Then I change for Leaf Goat, but Mienshao wakes up, which hits Acrobatics. So I decide to change back to Leaf Balloon, and Mienshao misses High Jump Kick, which makes it hurt itself. Then I use Sleep Powder again, then I change for Poison Leaf to put another layer of Toxic Spikes. I change for Leaf Goat, but again, Mienshao awakes, taking an Acrobatics, so I change for Leaf Balloon again, but the same happens as before. Mienshao crushes and hurts itself, and it goes down. So next is Pyroar, which gets poisoned by Toxic Spikes. We miss Sleep Powder, but at least Pyroar misses Fire Blast as well. I go for Acrobatics, then we take a massive damage from Fire Blast, then I change for a Green Monkey, and we avoid another Fire Blast. Then I go for Dig, and thanks to that, and the poison, we take it down. Next is Honchkrow. I go for Rock Tomb, making more than half. Then we take an Aerial Ace that fortunately doesn't crit. We get healed by our Citrus Berry. Then I use another Rock Tomb to take it down. Last is Gyarados, which Mega Evolves, so I changed for Thorn to hit 2 power-up punches, but after 2 Outrages we are low on health. So I change for Poison Leaf and I take down Gyarados with a Giga Drain, winning finally the 3 fights. Damn. Then on this bridge we have 3 consecutive battles. First with Shauna. She starts with Alkady and I go with Leaf Balloon. I go with Sleep Powder with 3 Acrobatics to take it down. Next is Goodra. I use U-Turn for a little damage and then I change for Frosty Leaf. We take 2 Sludge Bombs before taking down Goodra with Blizzard and a priority Ice Shard. Next is Greninja. I change for Thorn first, but after Greninja uses Double Team, I decide to change for Poison Leaf to take it down with Giga Drain to win the fight. Next is Tierno. He starts with Talonflame and I go with Leaf Balloon. I go for Sleep Powder, then I use U-Turn to change for Green Monkey, which takes it down with Rock Tomb. Next, Crowdon goes down with Seed Bomb, and last is Roserade, which goes down with 2 digs to win the fight. Next is Trevor. He starts with Raichu, so I put it to sleep, then I change for Green Monkey to take it down with Dig. Next is Aerodactyl, which goes down with 2 Rock Tombs. Last is Florges, so I change for Poison Leaf, which takes it down with 2 poison jabs to win the fight. On Route 20 I found a horde of Trevenant, so I catch one and I name it Spirit Tree. Then I go face Wulfric, the Ice type gym leader. It starts with a Boma Snow and I go with Thorn. I use Power Up Punch, while we take an Ice Beam, which is healed by our Citrus Berry. Then another Power Up Punch takes it down. Next is Cryogonal, so I change for Green Monkey, which takes an Ice Beam and gets healed by its Citrus Berry. Then a Rock Tomb takes it down. Next is Avalok, so I change for Leaf Goat. I start to use some Bulk Ups, to use Horn Leech to heal and make some damage. But every single time, Avalok was using Curse. So after a last Bulk Up, I decide to use 2 Surf to take it down. And win the last badge. Actually, it wasn't that bad. I thought it would be worst. And now it's time to face the Elite Four. And since you can choose which order you want, I decide to go first with Seabolt, the Water type specialist. He starts with Clotser and I go with Poison Leaf. I gave the leftovers to Poison Leaf, that way we can be safe using Growth 2 times, but after a Dragon Pulse that almost killed Poison Leaf, I decided to use Giga Drain to take Clotser down, getting almost back to full health. Next is Starmie. Normally it goes for Light Screen, so I decide to go for another Growth. Then we take a Psychic, surviving on 2 HP, but then we can take down Starmie with another Giga Drain. Damn, I'm glad that Psychic didn't crit. Next is Gyarados. I go for Giga Drain, then we get hit by Ice Fang, but Gyarados gets poisoned by our Poison Point ability. And thanks to that, we can take down Gyarados with another Giga Drain. Last is Barbaracle, which goes down with a single Giga Drain, winning the fight. Next I go face Wixstrom, the Steel type specialist. He starts with Klefki and I go with Leaf Coat. I give it this time the leftovers, and that way we can comfortable setup for Bulk Ups. Then I take down Klefki with Earthquake. Next is Caesar, and since we have the Torment, I use Horn Leech this time and Earthquake to take it down. Next is Aegislash. Since we're still under the effects of Torment, I use Horn Leech, Earthquake and Surf to take it down. Last is Probopass. I go for Horn Leech, then an Earthquake to take it down and win the fight. Next is Drasna, the Dragon type specialist. She starts with Dragalge and I go with Frosty Leaf. I Mega Evolve Frosty Leaf and then I take down Dragalge with a Blizzard. Next is Noivern. I go for a priority Ice Shard, but Noivern survives on the red, so it still fires a flamethrower before going down by the hail. Next is Drodigan, which goes down with another Blizzard, and last is Altaria, which is faster and still fires a Dragon Pulse, but we survive on 8 HP and we can take it down with another Blizzard, winning the fight. Last is Malva, the Fire type specialist. That's why I left her for last. She starts with Pyroar and I go with Leaf Balloon. It starts with a Noble Roar and I go with Sleep Powder, then I change for Leaf Goat and then I take it down with an Earthquake. Next is Talonflame, so I change back to Leaf Balloon, which takes a big damage from Flare Blitz. Then I use Sleep Powder and then I change Green Monkey to take it down with Rock Tomb. Next is Chandelure and I go for Dig, and then I don't have a choice but to let Green Monkey go down by Flamethrower. Rest in peace, buddy. Then I bring Leaf Goat, while Malva heals Chandelure, but then an Earthquake takes it down. Last is Torquall, which goes down with 2 Earthquakes, winning the fight. And now it's time to face the champion, Diantha. She starts with Alucha and I go with Leaf Balloon. I start with Sleep Powder, then 2 Acrobatics takes it down. Next is Aurora, so I change for Frost Leaf, which takes a Blizzard, then I Mega Evolve and then I use Blizzard and Aurora's goes for Light Screen, so I use Wood Hammer to take it down. Next is Gudra, I go for Blizzard, which makes only a little bit because of the Light Screen, then an Ice Shard takes it down. Next is Tyrantrum, I go for Ice Shard, then Tyrantrum misses an Head Smash, and the Light Screen goes down, so a Blizzard takes it down on the next turn. Next is Gorgeist, it uses Trick or Treat before going down with a Blizzard. Last is God of War, which Mega Evolves, and I change for Leaf Coat, which takes a Shadow Ball. Then I change for Leaf Balloon, which takes a Moon Blast, and it's healed by its Citrus Berry. I go for Sleep Powder, then I use Acrobatics, but Gardevoir wakes up again and fires a Moonblast. And we survive on 4 HP thanks to the Hail. I was willing to sacrifice Leaf Balloon when Diantha heals and decide to use Sleep Powder, but actually we miss. But the Hail stops, so I'm free to try again and use Sleep Powder, and this time connects, putting Gardevoir to sleep. Then I use U-Turn to make some damage and change for Leaf Coat. Then Gardevoir wakes up again and goes for Moonblast, while I use Horn Leech to leave it on the red. Diantha heals, while I go for another Horn Leech. Then we almost back to full to take another Moonblast, and then we take down Gardevoir with another Horn Leech, becoming the champion, winning the battle and the run. Well, I have to say, grass types are not that bad in Kalos. Still, they are not my favorites. But I actually had fun with this challenge. And I also hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, put a like and subscribe to my channel. Eevee will appreciate. I hope I see you on the next video. Peace.